hear me and able to see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Okay, then in previous class we have seen introduction part and then how to create Maven project, how to do the setup, and then just how to open the browser instances. In today's class we will see what are the different types of comments available. Right, mostly we will have a three types of commands. Right, one is the browser commands. We will interact with the browser, and then navigation commands. Right, these are also we will interact with the browser, and then web element commands. These are all to interact with the elements. Right. Before that, just what are the elements? Right. If you open any website, right, either Google.com or Amazon or something, right, anything. Right. If I want to search, suppose Google.com, simple thing. Right. If I want to search, right, here whatever you are seeing, everything is one element. Right. We will call it as one web element. Right. On top we have some links. Right here, text box is there. Right in the right side also we have some links. Right. Please mute if you are not speaking. Okay then. Then if you want to search, right, this is also one web element. Whatever we are seeing, anything, either text or that it is a button or text box or it is a link, right? Anything. These are all called web elements. Right. These are all called web elements. Right. Here actually, right, we will interact with the right in the automation. What we have to do. Suppose if I want to enter, I want to enter the text. Right. How to interact with these elements? Right. How to interact with these elements? Right. Actually, right, developers they will implement some HTML code. Right. In the back end, they will develop some HTML. They have a different technologies, right? UI technologies, Angular JS, React JS. Right. There is a multiple technologies developers will use to develop these UI pages. Right. Each page will have some HTML code. Right. Each page will have some HTML code. Alright, suppose how to see that, right, we cannot see everything, but we can see high level. We can right click anywhere on the page, inspect it. Alright, just inspect it. Right here in the elements, there is a multiple tabs here. Right, we have to go to elements. Right, in the elements, right, we can see the HTML structure of this page. Right, each page will have, right, HTML is the tag. Like this is also a XML text. Right, these are also like a somewhat, right, start tag will be there, end tag will be there. Right, we have seen in the, right, text.ng file, if you know, that is our POM file. We have seen pom.xml in the Maven, right, same way. Right, it will have a start and end tags. Root tag will be always HTML. Right, root tag always HTML. Inside we will have a header and a body. Right, inside we will have a header and body. Right, mostly header will contain some of the right scripts, JS scripts. Right, we no need to worry about it. These things, so these are all scripts loaded by the developers. So mostly we have to interact with the body section. Right, inside a body we will have a different types of elements. Right, different types of tags. Right, we will have a div tag. Right, we will have a input tag. Suppose if you want to enter the text, what is the tag name? Here it is a text area. Right, we will see some other application. Right, fine. We will see this application. Suppose here, if you want to enter the username, password, and click on right, then how to write okay this element, right? How to see this element in the HTML, right? this DOM structure. This is called a document object model. Right. In this script, how to identify this text? This text is for which element they have written. Developer, which tag they have written. Right. How should I know? Right. There are multiple ways we can click on this element, right click, inspect. One way is we can click on any element. Suppose I want to see this HTML code. Right. I want to see this HTML code. You can right click and inspect. Right. It will go to corresponding. Right. It will go to corresponding element. Right. We can mouse over on that element. We can confirm. See on top also it will identify. Right. On top also it will identify same thing. Right, one way is like this. We can select any element, right click. Or suppose if sometimes if it's not working, here there is a rectangle button, a arrow button symbol is there, right? You can click on it wherever I want. Just to navigate to that and click on that element. Suppose I want to see this username. Right, just click on it. First click on the arrow button. Right, then click on this wherever you want. You can click on it. It will navigate to that particular element. Right, input, right, this is text boxes. Text boxes mostly it will have a either input or text area. Text area means if you want to enter large content, right, in the right larger content, it will have a text area, otherwise input. Right, these are all buttons. Right, button will have a button. Right, a tag name will be button. For links, there will be some of the links will be there. For links, we will have a tag. Right, this is called a anchor tags. Right, A tags. Right, for input we will have a input tags. For button we will have a tag name button. Right, for links it will be a tag. Right, for links it will be a tag. Right, these are the each element. Right, mostly we will have either we have to what we have to do in real time. Right, mostly we need to enter either we need to enter the text or click on the element. Mostly these two actions only we will do, either enter or click on the element. Right, we will see more in the locator section. These are the just overview of it. What are the different elements, right? Whatever we are seeing on the web page, either it is a label or text, label text, or in either it is a text box button. These are all web elements, right? These are all called web elements. To interact with this, we have different types of commands. Okay, fine then. First, we will see the browser commands. Right. First, we'll see the what are the browser commands. Right. What are these browser commands? Right. Suppose after opening the browser, right. Suppose I have opened this website. What I can do with this browser? Right. I can open the URL. Suppose if I want to open this URL, right. Manually we are opening, but in automation, how you will open? There is a get. There is a method called get. We can pass the URL. Right. Whatever URL you want to open in the browser, right? We can use the get method and then pass the URL. It will open like this. Right, then get title. What is that? On top, we will see the some header. If you mouse over, see, this is the title of the page. Each page will have some title. Each page will have some title on the top. Right, if you mouse over, it will show. Right, if you want to get the title, we will use the get title method. Get title method. Suppose if we want to get the current URL, right? Sometimes what will happen? We will click on some navigation. It will navigate to some other pages. Now I want to verify what is the current URL of it. Right? I want to verify what is the current URL of the page. Suppose if I want to verify this URL correctly coming or not, then we can use the get current URL. It will retrieve the currently opened URL. Right? That get page source. Right, get a page source. What is this page source? Sometimes, right, I want to verify this page contains some tags or not. Right, as I want to verify some tags in this page. Right, how to verify? Right, here right click anywhere. Right click on the page, view page source. That means what is the backend code developers have mostly a lot of them we cannot see, just high level we can see. Right, everything they will not give permission. Right. So here if I want, this is the page source. How to open? Right click on the any page, just view page source. Right, any page you can go to right click, view page source. It will open the source code of that page. Right, if you want to verify anything, right? Suppose if you want to verify anything here, right? We can verify. It will come as the right string format. Get page source will return the string. We can verify it whether it contains or not. Right, that is the page source. And then what we have, close and quit. Right, close and quit. What is the close? Suppose I have opened the browser. Right, once we create the object, what will happen? It will create the one instance of the browser. Right, if you want to close that browser, we can use the close. Quit also do the same thing. But what is the difference? Quit also do the same thing. It will close the browser. But there is a difference between close and quit. Suppose I have a here multiple tabs are there. Suppose there are two tabs. Okay. Currently I am working on first tab. Currently I am working on the first tab. Right. I have opened two tabs and currently I am working on the first tab. Right. Suppose I want to close only this tab. Right. I don't want to close the entire browser. I want to close only first tab only. I want to close only first tab. Right. Then we can use the close. Close means it will close the currently working window. Right. Current working window. Whichever is currently working window, that will close. Close will close only that window. It will not close the entire browser. It will close the only. If we have only one window, it will close the browser. Right. If we have only one window, close will close the entire browser. If we have multiple windows, it will close the only active window. But quit what it will do, it will close entire browser. Whether it is a one window, two window, right? It will not worry about it. It will close entire browser. It will close entire browser. Right. That is the difference between close and quit. Right, just we will see, right, these comments, okay? Right, just let me create quickly one more class. Closure comments, closure comments. Suppose you have any doubts or anything, please ask. Right, then we'll create a one test case. Right, test browser comments. Right, right, create first step is what? We have to initialize the driver. Right, web driver equal to new Chrome driver. Right, what is the first method we have? Get. Right, I want to open. Right, I want to open this website. Okay, just let me log out it. Log out. Okay, on top we will. Okay, this login page. Right, what is the get on the driver? Right, we have created the driver instance on the driver object. On the driver object, you have to call these methods. Right, driver dot get, and then pass whichever URL, right? Whichever browser you want. That means website. If you want to open any website, it will have each website will have some URL, right? You can take that one, paste it, right? Driver.get inside a double quotes, paste it. It will open, right? Suppose I want to maximize, right? Browser will open like this, right? Once we created the object, it will be a small window, right? If I want to, right? If I want to just maximize the browser, right? Then this is the command. We have to use driver dot manage. This is a method. Manage dot window dot maximize. Right. We have to call this syntax. Then only browser will be maximized. Right. Driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Either we can do right maximize or minimize. We can also do right maximize, minimize, full screen. Right. If you want a full screen, that we can do it. Right. Then what is the next command or next method we have? Get a title. Right. On the driver object, right after opening the URL, get the title, driver dot get title, right? We will get what is the return type of get title method string, right? We can store it in a string and we can validate it also, right? We can validate, right? Here we will do, right? You know, I think text ng assertions you are already aware of it, right? Assert dot, we can have a assert equal. Right, suppose I want to validate what is the title of this web page. What is the title? Orange HR. Right. Just I am verifying whether it is equal or not. Right. If you are writing text case means it must have at least one or more assertions. Right. Otherwise that is not a test case. Right. What will happen if you don't have assertions? It will always pass. Right. So it must have at least one assertion. Right. Then just I'm verifying the title of it, whether correctly coming or not. Right. What is the next method we have? Get a current URL. Right. Driver dot get current URL of it. Okay, current URL. We can store it. Is a return type is what if you mouse over it will show what is the return type string. We can store it in a string. Right. Just I am printing it. Right. Current URL. Just we can change it. Current URL of the web page. Right. Just we need to print. Right, next we require a get a page source. Right, how to get a driver dot get a page source. Driver dot get a page source. We will get again a string type. Right, we can print it again. System dot out dot println, just print it page source. Right, in real time we will not use the system dot out dot println. Right, we will use the loggers. Right, that we will see later. Right, just to see, right, we are using in the real time we will not use system.out. What is the next one? Right, close and quit. Right, and get page source and close and quit. Right, we have a close. Right, we are opening only one browser. Right, we are opening only one browser. Currently close and quit will work same way. Either close, we have to write either. Right. In this case, close or quit same thing. Right. Because we have only one window. If we write either close or quit, it will work as same. Right. We will see in the Windows concept how the close and quit will work. Right. These are the browser commands. What are those? Driver.get to open the given URL. Right. Then get a title to get the title of the web page, and then current URL to get the current URL of the browser, and page source. Right, that's it, right? Then close and quit. Right, then how to run it now? Right click, run as test and test. Right, just do the right click and run, or you can run directly here. Run, you are able to see, right? You can click on it, run, it will also run. Right, it's very fast. Right, here we can see, right, what is the title of it? Right, first of all, our test case is passed. That means our assertions are got success. Right, suppose, right, page title, current URL, page source, right, HTML code which will display. Right, then close. Right, we have used quit. Please close the browser. Suppose, right, suppose, right, I am giving suppose, right, whether assertions are working correctly or not. Right, I have a doubt. Now I want to check it. Just I am changing. Right, right, what we have to do? First one is actual expected. Right, first one is the actual one. What actual one is what? Actual means what we are getting from the website. right? Either from the DB or Excel, those are all right, actual ones. Expected. This is the expected one. Right, we are expecting this. Right, now run it again. Second time, suppose first time we need to right click run as. From second time onwards on top, right, we have a run symbol. Right, we can run from here. Right, on top we will have this drop down run. You can click on the drop down. Just what is that name? Browser commands test. Right, we can run it there. Right. Right now what happened? Okay, it is. Now the see test case got failed. Now test case got failed. Right, see assertion error expected orange HRM 1 1, but found orange HRM. Right, it's working. Assertions are working. It's showing if test case is failed. Right, that's why we have to write assertion. If anything happen, anything is right not working, we can see clearly why it is failed. Right, so that we can identify the whether it is a functional issue or our script issue. Right, we can identify easily. But here one problem. See this piece of code. What happened? Here exception is occurred, remaining not executed because it is a hard assertion. Right, this is a hard assertion. That means hard assertion means what? Whenever assertion is failed, right? Whenever assertion is failed, right? Remaining piece of code it will not execute. That's why see browser is not closed. This quit call is not executed. Right? This quit not executed. Then how to resolve it? Right? We have to make sure browser should be closed. Right? We have to make sure every time browser must be closed. Right? Otherwise, what will happen? Instances will run background. Right? Our memory will be drained. Right? So how to make sure this driver should be closed? Right? We have to follow the some standards. Right? If you want to create the driver, we have to use the text engine. If you have idea before method. Right? Text engine before method. Something I will do. Okay. Public void setup. Okay. Then here what we will do? WebDriver driver equal to Chrome driver. Right. Now I will remove from the test class this driver initialization. Right. And also this maximize. I will keep it here. Right. Now the problem is this driver I am unable to visible. Right. Here compilation issue is coming. Right. What it is coming? Driver cannot be resolved because this is the local variable. Right. It will be visible within the setup method only. Right, within the setup method only. It will not visible to us because it is a local variable. Right, if we want to visible to entire class, what I have to do? I have to make it as a instance variable. Right, instance variables. Right, here I have to create on top of the class. I have to create the instance variable and I assign to that. Right, so that what will happen? It will be visible to all the class. Right, now next, instead of closing driver here, right, we have to close in the after method. Right, we have to close in the after method. Right, and driver dot quit. Right, we have to. Before closing, it is always right. If driver is not equal to null, then only quit it. Right. If driver not equal to null, quit it. Otherwise, what will happen if we call on the null? Right, it is a null. If we call on the null any method, we will get null pointer exception. Right. So to avoid null pointer exception, just we are doing the driver dot quit. Right. Before calling the any method, it is always advised to verify the null check so that we can avoid null. Right. Now, what will happen before executing the test case? What will happen? Our before method will execute. Right. How this before method and after method will work? Before executing my test case, before method will execute and create the driver. It will open the browser. Then test case will execute. Then after method will execute and close the browser. Now we will see same scenario, right? Failure scenario, right? Failure scenario we'll see. Now execute it. And if anyone has any questions, you can ask. No issues. Okay, opening the browser. Right, it is executed and then close. Now browser is closed. See, now browser, even though test case was failed, right? Even though test case is failed, our driver is closed because after method will execute always. Right. So it is closed our browser. Our test case also failed. This shows. Okay, fine. Okay, these are all the different browser commands. Right, next navigation commands. Right, navigation command means what? Right, in the browser, sometimes right here arrow marks are there. Right, I want to navigate right previously opened page. I want to navigate to the previously opened page. Right, just we can click on an arrow. If I want to again move to forward, right, all websites will not allow. Right, right, real time applications it will not allow basically. Right, only few of the applications it will allow. Suppose if we have a requirement, I want to navigate. This is called a history, right? Browser history. Right. If you want to move to right backward, we can click on the back arrow forward and refresh. If you want to refresh the browser, we can refresh it. Right. These things, if we want, these are all manually we are doing. But in automation, how we can do by using the navigation commands. Right. Just quickly let me create. Right. Navigation commands. Okay, we can copy paste it. Right. You can rename it. Right. Just let me quickly. Open. Okay, I required a driver. After that, we don't require any. We will write. Okay. Okay, test navigation command. Either we can write a test starting or ending. Right, whichever right project they are following the standards, we can follow that navigation commands test. Or we can use starting. But it is advised to have a at last only. Right, suffix only. Instead of prefix, we can have suffix. Right, once we get the driver object, then I can write a driver dot navigate dot. There is a two method inside a right by using the driver dot navigate. What it will return navigate actually, right? It will return the navigation object, right? It will return the navigation object. We can also point like this, return navigation object, right? We can navigation on the navigation object, right? We can suppose if I want to open the URL, right? Again, I want to open one more URL, right? Navigation dot two, we can open it. Right. Sometimes interview question they will ask what is the difference between get and to. Right. Both will do. Right. Both will do open the URL only. Right. If you open the right implementation of this two method, right. Suppose you can click a control and then open. Right. See inside to what will happen? Again it is calling get only. Right. Inside again it is calling get method only. So there is no difference between get and to. Right, there is no difference between get and to. Right, because internally to method is also calling get method only. Right. Then I want to navigate back. Right, suppose I want to move to previous. Right, first we have opened this, then second this. I want to navigate back. Back means it will go to first one. Right, again I want to navigate forward. Right, then again if I want to refresh the browser, we can refresh it. Right, we can refresh it. Right, it will have a navigation dot to. To method is used to load a web page on the current browser window. Alright, then back either we can go to backward. Alright, what it will do back means move back single item in the browser history. Right, move back single item in the browser history. Right, forward means it will move single item forward in the browser history. Right, refresh means it will refresh the browser. Right, and let me just quickly execute it. Okay, fine. It's open, right? See, it is going back, forward, refresh, and then close. Right, these are the navigation commands. Then coming to web element commands. Right, if I want to interact with the elements, I want to interact with the elements. Right, fine. Right, we'll create one more class. Web element, web element comments. Okay. Right. Before going to web element comments, right, we must know the locator strategies. Right. First, I have to identify the element. To identify the element, I should know the locator strategies. Right. To identify the locators, I require a right locator strategies. Then only I can understand these things. Right. We will see that. Right. We will see that tomorrow. Today's class, right, just I will explain how to commit this code to the Git, right? How to commit this code to the GitHub, okay? How to commit? First of all, you should have a GitHub account, right? Just go to google.com, right? You can go to google.com and then GitHub. You can type the GitHub, right? GitHub, right? You can open the github.com. You can use, right? Just I have already logged in. It is showing that. Right, let me open fresh one. Okay, incognito. Okay, if you open like this, right, see github.com, then it will ask for the sign in. Right, you can give your Gmail ID. Right, you can use the your Gmail ID password. Gmail ID password you can give, and you can click on sign in. Right, that's it. Suppose I have given this thing. Right, it will open. Right, you will get the this is the your account ID, GitHub account ID. Right now I want to first, right, easy way I will tell, right, there are from the command prompt also we can create, but what is the easiest way to create the repository? Right, now just click on the new, right, we can click on the new button here. Right, then create a repository, right, then it will populate the owner, who is the owner of it, then repository name. We have to give some repository name, right, just I will give, okay, Selenium training classes, okay. Selenium training classes. Then description. If you this is optional, if you want, you can do description. Then either we can create a public repository or private repository. Right. Public means it will be visible to everyone. Right. It will be visible to whoever have a GitHub account, they are able to see. Private means it will be visible to only who, right, only to me, and then whoever access to it. Right. Suppose if you want to access, right, I have to give access to you, then only it will be visible. All right, I will create a private one, then remaining we don't need to change anything, just create the repository. Right, create the repository, then they have given some commands, right, suppose now it is a empty repository, right, empty repository. Now I want to commit, right, I want to commit my code to that repository, right, I want to commit my code to that repository. How to commit it? Right. This is in my local system. Right. This is in my local system. I want to commit this code to this repository. right? How to commit it? Right, this is the github.com. Right, then we need to interact with this github.com. Right, from my local system, I want to interact with this github.com and commit the code. Right, how to do that? For that, we need to install some software. Right, we need to install some software. What is that software? Just Git download. We need to download the Git. Right, Git for Windows or Mac machine, whatever you are using. Go to downloads, right, and git-scm.com downloads, whichever OS you are using, just click on that Windows. I am using Windows. Then click on the standalone installer 64-bit. Git for Windows 64-bit. Right, just click on it. Right, it will download. Right, after downloading, just click on the double click on it. That's it. It will install automatically. Right, double click on it. It will install automatically Git. Right, you don't need to do anything. Just double click next, next, next. That's it. Right, next one is this is enough. This is enough for us. Right, then I will tell you one more also. We will see what is the advantage of it. Right, tortoise Git. One more is this is not required, but what is the advantage? I will tell. Tortoise Git. Right, you can go to type tortoise Git download. Right, click on this website and download this one 64-bit. Right, this one. Download it and just click, double click and next, next, next. That's it. Right, you don't need to do anything. Right, once it is installed, right, now we can able to execute these commands. Right, now we have installed Git software. Right, to interact with the GitHub. Right, I want to interact with, I want to commit from my local system to GitHub, my code. Right, for that we require Git commands. We need to execute it. Right, we need to execute Git command. To execute the Git commands, I require a Git software in my system. Right, just we have open the command prompt. Right, open the command prompt. Right, first we need to change. Where is our code? First we need to change it to that folder. Right, where is our code? This code. Right, right. We no need to commit these things, settings, uh, target folder, test output folder. Right, these are all we don't require. Actually, right, for that, what we have to do, we have to create one file called git ignore. We have to create one file, right, right, dot git ignore. That means while committing the code, which files I don't want, right? Ignore dot git. It is created as a text file. Right, it will create a text file. We need a save as, save as. Right, inside double quotes, just use the inside double quotes dot git ignore. Right, now it will store as a git ignore. Okay, is it created or not? We'll see that. Okay, dot git ignore, right? For now, just I am removing these unnecessary files, whatever I don't will. And these are all generated by Eclipse, right? We no need to commit those things. Right, only I want to commit, I will remove this file also. We'll see that later. Right, I want to commit these two files. Now what I do, take this path, come here, command from, press, and F colon, press enter, it will change here. Right, one way is this one. Easiest way is you can go here, type the CMD. It will open. Right, directly it will open here. Now what are the comments they have given, right? What are the comments? We need to change to this path wherever our project is there. Now you can execute. First, we need to execute the git init. That means it will initiate our project as a that initialized empty git repository. It will initialize as a git repository. Then if you want, we can add the readme file. That means in this readme file, we can tell about our project. Right, what is this project about? If you want to add, we can also add this. This is optional. Right, this is not a mandatory. If we want, we can add it. Otherwise, ignore it. Right. I think we need to create a different way. That is not working. Ignore it. Next thing is what we have to commit my first commit. Okay. Initial commit. Right. What it is saying? Untracked files. Git add. First we need to add. Why? Okay. Git add right here. That's why they told this one. Right. What we will do? We have already files. Right. We have already files. First we need to add it. How to add it to files? Git add dot space dot. That means it will add all the files. It will add all the files to the Git. Right. It will add now. Now we can see the Git status of it. What is the status? Current status. Right. It is added. Right. It is added. First we need to add. Then we need to commit. Git commit. What is the commit? Git commit is not copy. Right. Git commit -m. What is the message? Right? We can give in the proper message. In real time, we have to give proper message. What are these changes related to? Right? What are these changes related to? We have to give the proper right messages. Okay. Then just enter. It is committed. Now, what is the status of it? Git status. Right. On a branch master. Right. It will show as a master branch by default. But in GitHub, what is the branch name by default? It will have a main branch, right? We have to change that name. That's why we have to change it to main branch, right? Not the master. It's not copying, just right click, copy, then only it is pasting. Right now, we are pointed to Git main branch. Git branch. You can type Git branch. What is the branch? We are pointing to main. Right, we must be, it should be main only, right? We have to change that name, right? Main branch. And then we have to add right we have to add our project to remote repository, right? This one, git remote add origin and then url, right? Whatever it is showing, just copy this, right? You can copy. Mhm. Right, right click, copy, paste, right? It is added to remote. Now we have to push, still code is not committed, right? Still not code push it to the repository. Again, we have to last command we have to use git push -u origin main. Right. Then we have to push the code. It will ask for you first time if we are doing, it will prompt for a username password. You have to give the username password. Right. You have to give the username password first time. Right. From second time onwards, it will not ask. Only first time it will ask. Some browser it will open. You have to authenticate it. Okay, fine. Then just I am refreshing the browser. Right. See, my code is there. Right. Code is committed to SRC and then. Right, we can also see, we can click on it, right? We can click see, these are the files we have committed to the Git. Right, if you want, you can add the add.readme file. That means what, right, this project relates to. Right, this project, what is, right, suppose just tell that this project will explain the right concepts of Selenium. Just, right, whoever, right, they can get that description of it, right? Like we can commit the here also we can change and commit it. Right, like this, right, this way. From next time onwards, what we have to do, right, whenever suppose, right, multiple people are working, right, same repository, right. First thing before committing the code, first thing we have to do git pull, right. Always first we have to do git pull before committing your local changes to the repository. First thing we have to make sure get the latest code, get the latest code. Right, suppose I have now I have committed, right? I have committed from here, right? That don't know my local system. I have committed from the GitHub, right? I don't know local system, don't know about it. So first we need to get that code. Always first get the pull command. Then you can next thing is we have to git add. Git add. We have to add git add. You can give the file name, specific file if you want specific file. Dot means all. Then commit. Git commit hyphen m message. Right? You have to give some message. Right? Git commit, then git push, then git push. That's it. We have to use 4 5 commands only, right? Git pull, git add, git commit, git push. That's it. Right? These are the command prompt. By using the command prompt, we can commit, get the latest code and commit it. But we have installed one more software, right? Tota is Git. Right? Tota is Git. Now, what is the advantage of it, right? See, if you right click, it will show Tota is Git. Right here, we will have a UI. Alright, I want to see what are the latest. If you want to get the full latest code, right click, Tota is Git pull. Right, we have installed second software, right? Tota is Git. If you install that, it will come. Otherwise, it will not come. Right, then latest code will be coming. Right, if you want to see what the modifications you have done, suppose I have modified. Right, suppose I will modify it. Okay, at the rate test, public void, right, web element command test something. Okay, I have read. Okay, now I want to commit this code. Right, okay. Now I want to commit. Right, we have deleted all the those things. Right, just clean build. Right, this is the Maven project. Right, just update the project. Right click, update it. If still not working, right, it will download. Right, see now it is created all the again. It will create dot settings, bin folder, target, class file. Right, these are all. Right, you have just right click, Maven, update project. Still not working, project cleaning. Right now, I have multiple things, right? How to see the before committing, it's always better to check what the modifications we have done. Right click, check for modification. Right click, check for modification. Right, this is the modified file. Already come, right, there are two sections. One is modified files and non-versioned files. Modified means what? Already we committed to the Git and we are modified it. Right, you can double click on it. We can see. See, left side is the right latest one, and this is the local one. Right, left side one is from the repository, and the right side one is my local one. That means I have modified this file. These are the changes it is showing. Right, we can verify. Suppose if you sometimes what will happen by mistakenly we will right add some piece of code or delete some by mistakenly we will delete some piece of code. Right, we have to make sure whatever changes we have done, those are all correct. Right. Suppose if not correct, you have to right click, revert it. Right click, use other text block. That means it will come from the left side. Suppose I don't want this one. Right. Use other text block means from the left side, it will right side. Right. It will remove that. From the left side, whatever is there, it will come here. Right. I'm just control Z. Right. Right. These are all I don't require. These are all right. No need to commit. All right. A lot of people will commit these things. We don't require those things. Right, we can add to ignore if you want, right? Ignore. Right, I want to commit this now. Right, I want to commit this. Right click, commit. In the command prompt means first we need to add it. Right, add, commit, push. Right, what is the order? Add, commit, push. But from here, right, directly we can write something I will do. Added web element commands test something. Right, then select the file whichever we want. Right, make sure and then commit and push. We are doing at a time commit and push, add, commit, push. All things will do at a time. Right. That is the advantage of the UI. Sometimes some companies will not provide UI. Right. They will not allow. In those cases, right, we have to follow the command line. Right. We have to follow command. Either we can open Git bash. Sometimes some people will tell use the Git bash. Right. We have installed Git server, Git right, Git software. Right. It will come Git bash. Either Git bash has a more flexible. That means it will support more commands. For us, it will enough. Command prompt is also fine. Right. Git bash and command prompts will work both, but Git bash have more advantages. Right. But for now, we don't require. All right. You can use any one, Git bash or command prompt. Right. This is how you can commit your local code to Git repository. And then you can daily work commit the code so that right it will be tomorrow if you want to right refer that you can get it. Sometimes right clone it. I want to clone. Right, in the company if you join, what will happen? They will give the repository. Right, they will have already repository. They will ask to clone it. Right, then how to clone this? Right, they will give the URL. Right, if you go to the project, right, this is the project. Right, we will get the right code. If you click on the code, right, they will view this repository URL. You can copy it. Right, they will ask us to commit the right clone the code. Right, already repository is there. We want to clone it. Right, you can go to any right any directory. Right click git clone. Right, git clone. You can give the what is the URL and where I want to clone it. My local repository, local directory location. This is a remote repository. If you want specific branch, click on the checkbox. Click on the checkbox. Right, you can give the branch name. Right. Otherwise, by default, it will clone the main branch. Right. If you want specific branch, we can give the specific branch. Right. It will show here if we go to GitHub repository. Currently, we have only one main. If we have multiple branches, it will show multiple branches here. Right, this is from the UI. If you want to clone from the command prompt, right? Git clone, right? We have to use the git clone, paste the URL. Git clone, paste the URL. Right, press enter, it will clone. Right, we can use either command prompt or UI. Anything is fine. There are a lot of tools for the Git. Right, each company have it will have different, but command prompt commands will be same always. But the UI will change a little bit based on the whatever we are using. Tota is Git. So some people use different type of right. It will UI will change. That's it. Basically, we have to clone the code. We have to every day. We have to get the latest code, pull the code, right? Then commit the code. That's it. Right. These are the things we have to do daily. Right. Anyone has any questions?